Hi everybody, it's Glenn Depke, Depke Wellness, and I want to talk about the earthquake, but hold that thought, because the earthquake that has just happened in Southern California just a few days ago, I want to use that as an analogy for your health though. You see, the earthquake, which was a 7.1, it's the strongest on the Richter scale that's happened in about 20 years here in Southern California. Felt it personally in our house. Myself, my wife were watching something on TV. Our two dogs were laying there with us, and we felt that rolling of the earth. It almost felt like you were in a boat and there were multiple waves just going up under the boat. And while it didn't do any damage to our home, there was really no concern over our own safety. Yeah, but it makes you start to think, right? And even the governor of California said we need to use this earthquake and be proactive with this as something to open our eyes to, that we need to do whatever we can to pay attention to how we can understand this sooner and actually really warn people to save more lives or to keep people out of danger. And this is the same thing I want you to think about in your life too, because when you think about an earthquake, like the earthquake, now some people get consciously wrapped up into it. They're very afraid and driven on that, which I can understand. And then other people, it's more of a subconscious effect. Like for me, I wasn't fearful for my life, but it did affect my brain and my equilibrium. Like I recognized that as I was going through. So on some deeper level, it still had an effect on my nervous system and on my hormonal system. And I want you to think in your life, like what is actually affecting your hormonal system and your nervous system right now? Is it the conscious stress that you're feeling, that is there every day? Or is it that underlying subconscious stress? Like for me, going through that earthquake, I didn't have this outward fear that I was conscious of, but I felt the subconscious impact that the earthquake had on my brain and my equilibrium. And it really drives us down into understanding, what's going on deeper within your own nervous system function, what's going on deeper within your own hormonal system. And the best way to understand that is to really look at your hormonal system, because it has a direct link into your nervous system. So to understand what these conscious and subconscious triggers of stress have been doing for you, look at your hormonal system. Look at this with a viable saliva test to help you understand your cortisol levels through the day, looking at all of your other secondary hormones like all three estrogens, progesterone, testosterone, and even melatonin, to be proactive. Just as the governor of California says, let this earthquake be proactive, that we need to do things to save people and to save lives, and do the same thing for yourself. I'm going to put a link below for the test that I recommend with my clients at Depke Wellness, a test that you could utilize yourself personally to get to the bottom of what's driving your conscious and subconscious stressors and how it's impacting your body. Thanks for your time.